Good morning, everyone. How are you doing? This is Amanda. It's the 6th of September 2020, and I hope you're all doing well. Just got a couple of messages today, and all of which is quite interesting. But before I do that, just a little bit of housekeeping. The first thing to say is that we are not going to be sending out a newsletter this month. Just because there's so much going on. There's so much going on behind the scenes, and we're already a week late with it. So we are going to instead have a bumper newsletter in October. So no newsletter this month. That's something that's sent by email to people that have signed up for it. So it's gone down really well, the first few that we've put out. But yeah, this month we're just up against it a little bit as a team. Tracy is back from having had a little holiday last week, and she'll be restocking the sprays this week. But we've got a lot of orders coming in as well, so give her a little bit of a chance to do that. And Michelle is also off from next week on holiday. So yeah, we're just, the newsletter is a nice to have. And at the end of the day, you have me on here, Instagram and YouTube, so you can do without a newsletter this month. It'll be okay. What else? There was another piece of housekeeping. Oh yeah, it's a bit annoying. My videos on YouTube, YouTube automatically puts up the subtitles for people that are hard of hearing. For some reason, it's taking days for them to appear. And a few of you have written to me, so there is nothing I can do about it. They do appear eventually. I think the one for Diana and MJ took about 4 or 5 days. It was just ridiculous. The video I did on Schumann resonance, that still hasn't got them, I don't think, but I did just check about half an hour ago, but they'll just suddenly magically appear. So yes, apologies with regard to that. Let's just get to it. Beautiful day here actually, and it's quite nice because today a lot of the children went back to school in the UK. I live near a school and I can hear the sound of kids playing in the playground, and the sun is shining. I've got my windows open. It just feels a good day. So good luck to all the youngsters who've gone back and all the teachers. Had a few messages in saying, will I channel Rudolf Steiner? And the answer to that is definitely yes. But it won't be this week. There's a few bubbling up. There's some real big guns as well, limbering up on the lines to come through. Yes, Freddie, we know you are one of them. He's very overdue. Next Heart Squad will be Freddie Mercury, definitely. But no, there's also some other people wanting to come through as well. I talked about Wayne Dyer, I think on Friday or Saturday. Yeah, and I have a feeling a couple of the subjects that he wants to talk about as well. One of which is success. And that will be quite interesting to hear him talking about success. It's all sort of tied into the work that he did around manifestation. And anyway, I'm going to say more about that when I bring him through officially, as it were. And the other one is Tesla. Don't ever play with spirit, because I say play in a light-hearted way. The post that I put up yesterday, which was about higher self and detachment from the fray and all the aggro that's out there, I just attached a meditation that's sort of dedicated to Tesla, and it's called, let me just see what it is called, let me just get it up. Anyway, it references the 369 energy. Here we go. 369, key to the universe, sacred solfeggio. I bet I've said that wrong. You're all going to tell me if I do. I know you will. But anyway, I'll get it right by the time I channel him. But the point is, I'm not going to go into what that's all about now, because I don't even know myself, to be honest. The That's the joy of learning. That is the joy of learning. And I'd like to hear it from his lips, actually. But I just did a session for somebody linked into my level 1 work. And even though I say so myself, I'm really pleased with what came through. And then I signed off and I thought, right, what should I go and do? And a song came to me, and it was the most obscure song. I give you 1980s references. This one is a song I have not thought about for decades. I didn't like it at the time. And I thought, what the hell why have I got that in my head? It's the Bell Stars, and it's called The Clapping Song, okay? And it's got this really annoying, to be honest, chorus in it. And I could hear the chorus. I thought, that's got to mean something. What the hell why am I thinking about that? I'd forgotten this group even existed. Don't like the song. The lyrics, the first line of the lyrics say, 369, the goose drank wine, the monkey chewed tobacco on the streetcar line, the line broke, the monkey got choked, and they all went to heaven in a little rowboat. Clap, clap. Do you remember the song? It was a big hit in the UK. Might not have crossed the channel, but it was. It was very much of its time, but 369, that's the point. It's not about the song. It's about those 3 numbers, 369. So it's happened again within less than 24 hours. So Tesla, absolutely. Yes, he wants to come through, as does Wayne Dyer. Can I say something here also, which I just think is an interesting point linked into channeling work, which is the fact that this is not the first time it's happened, and it certainly will not be the last, that a lot of people that I channel, I don't know a lot about. I don't know a lot about at all, not just in terms of the greats in terms of metaphysicians, which is just because I do not have time to read. I just have enough on my plate just doing the work that Spirit are asking me to do. So the thought of sitting down with a book for an afternoon, I mean, absolute bliss. Yes, but I get so little time to do that I learn on the job, is what Metatron's saying. That's what it's all about. And the university of life is the best way to learn anyway. So yeah, I get these souls coming forward and I don't know much about them. And over the years, I thought, well, why are they coming to me? Why aren't they going to somebody else who's read all of the books, watched all of the films, listened to all of the music? Because it applies just as much to Heart Squad, actually, some of the time. Not always, but certainly Michael Jackson. I was never a Michael Jackson fan, particularly. I knew Beat It and I knew Billie Jean. I knew who he was. I was never particularly into him. And then suddenly they just land, you know? And it's been that with a lot of them. John Denver was another one. Even though I knew the music, I didn't know who he really was. It's like rediscovering these people. Now we're getting into an energy which is to do with people like Tesla and Wayne Dyer. And in fact, it's the same thing with Dolores Cannon. When I did Dolores Cannon, I've never read a Dolores Cannon book. I probably am never going to read one, to be perfectly honest. Why are you coming to me? You know, why aren't you going to the student that's done all of the, done all the courses? And I'm realizing now, and they tell me the same thing each time, which is like, we're choosing you because you haven't done it. You know, you're able to come to it pretty neutral. And actually also what I'm hearing with the joy of discovery, okay, with the joy of discovery, with the joy of learning. And by that, you enthuse people that don't know about these people, but equally, even those that do know, they also then get caught up with rediscovering them, maybe in a new way or hearing it in a different way. So I just find all of that quite interesting. I have got one Wayne Dyer book over there, which is Wishes Fulfilled. And it's a very familiar pattern. So it's exactly the same with Tesla. And there's part of me which is like, oh my God, because I know, this is heavy duty stuff. And it's like the brain is a bit rusty. The mind is like, oh my God, come on, get into gear. Yeah, you've got Tesla knocking on the door. But, Metatron's like, no, it's all absolutely perfect. You are exactly as you're meant to be. And people are ready for this now. That's the whole point. People are ready. It doesn't matter if people have studied it for decades. A new wave are wanting to hear, and they're wanting to hear it in a new way. And also, I feel as though the subjects that souls bring through, as an example, Tesla, Wayne Dyer, there's a great big body of work there. So what is particularly relevant for now in 2020, for example, of all of the things that maybe they talked about, wrote about, broadcast about in certainly in relation to Wayne, what, let's condense it down. What's the most important thing? And that is the thing that will come through. So it's all quite exciting. It's all quite exciting. I also drew this card for myself today, but this is linked into the Tesla stuff as well. Seeing Beyond. Can you see that? Seeing Beyond. It's obviously linking into the third eye. I like this deck, by the way. I didn't like it when I first got it. I'm being totally honest. It's the Oracle of the Seven Energies by Colette Baron Reid. And when, I didn't resonate with it for the first week. And I actually thought, I think that might be a mistake having bought this. I absolutely love it now. It's taken me a little while to get into it, but it's really, really good. I think her decks are great, actually. I don't know anything about her other than her decks, but I think her decks are good. Card number 36, Seeing Beyond. Let's just read this. This is having the vision and the capacity to imagine something and to look beyond the material, beyond the obvious, towards the realm of the transpersonal. It's about options and possibilities, getting out of your own way and discarding your projected outcomes. Yeah, getting out of your own way is so important, guys. As a healer, the biggest thing you can do to block yourself is to overthink, or to try and steer the outcome in terms of what you wish for your client. You have to get out of the way of all of that and just be the clear channel to allow the healing energy to come through your hands, your eyes, your voice, whatever. And it's the same being a channeler. You have to get out of the way. It's not about you. It's about what wants to come through you. And, this seems to be a metaphor for where we all are at the moment, which is that we need to get out of our own way to allow the universe, God, spirit, to work through us, to talk through us, to operate through us, to be within us. And there's this massive ego block that's around at the moment, and we all have the ego. It's with us. We can't escape it, but it's about stepping out of that and then allowing spirit in. That phrase about let go and let God in is a big part of where we all are as well. I'll just read this last little paragraph. It says, today, know that your vision, what you imagined forming in the invisible, will be delivered into the material world. Don't worry about the timing of things. That is in the hands of the universe. Your job is to continue to imagine. Take a few steps forward and then imagine some more. The universe's job is to make it real. What a fabulous partnership. It's nice. Anyway, look, that was not the card that I was going to show you today. I was going to pull you a card from this deck, Stacey Demarco, Divine Animals Oracle. I opened up the deck, haven't used this one since I bought it either. And I thought, right, wonder what animal wants to speak. Haven't even shuffled the deck. This was on the bottom. And as soon as I saw it, I thought, I don't know what it means, but I love it. I now know what it means and I love it even more. It's this one. It's Rhinoceros. Rhinoceros, and it has a Hindu god on top of the rhinoceros, surrounded by fire. Now, some of you, I do know there are some Hindus that follow me. You obviously probably know who this is. I suspect the vast majority of us might not know. I didn't know. So let's go on a bit of a learning adventure and find out why we have a Hindu god sitting on top of a rhinoceros, and what this has got to do with moderation, because this is the card of moderation, and it's also a card linked into the middle path, and I've been talking about the middle path for a long time now. Okay. The first thing I'll say as well, before I sort of read a little bit from here, is the fact that when I saw this card, I was thinking about California, I was thinking about the wildfires there, and I was also thinking about the extreme temperatures that are currently operating in that part of the world. And I'm sure maybe other parts of the world as well. It's just that I've got a few friends who are in California who are telling me, you know, the heat is unbearable. And I'm not envious of it, to be honest, at all. So I'm sending my love out to you. I'm hoping that you can feel a more moderate temperature coming in. So let's just see, why have we got rhinoceros showing up? Why have we got the word moderation? Why have we got the Hindu god? And why have we got fire? Let's talk about the Hindu god first. Now, again, apologies, I'm probably going to say the name wrong. Not meaning to cause any offence, but again, this is the thing about learning, guys. When you open yourself to learn, you also have to be vulnerable, and you have to be willing to be able to make mistakes. That's how you grow. That's how you learn. So that can be in terms of saying a name wrong. It can be to do with misunderstanding a particular passage of scripture, or whatever. Okay, so as we learn, let us be open to also being sometimes misunderstanding or making mistakes. I think that's really important. You don't get to be a master without doing that, okay? So this Hindu god is the god of fire, the Vedic god of fire. And the name, I think, is spelled Akkanee, A-K-K-A-N-E-E. Akkanee is how I'm pronouncing it. This god rides a rhinoceros, and the rhinoceros has got this large horn, and the horn is to do with clearing the path for all. It's to do with clearing the path for all. Now, it talks a little bit about fire and the various purposes of fire linked into this particular Hindu god. It says, I'm just reading from this book by Stacey Demarco. It says, it is said that he is the source of all passion and fire in the world, Akkanee, and that this fire can either burn for good or be out of control. Akkanee gives the fires to purify blessings. He gives the fire that a marrying couple walk around to signify the home. And he gives the fire that cooks food for nourishment. He can also give the kind of fire that causes a rise in jealousies and rage and destroys relationships until they are ash. This kind of fire can burn the countryside or your own home down. Akkanee challenges all to be moderate, to find the middle path and to see balance. And then it talks about the fact that the rhino, and it says the magic of the rhino is a beautiful dance between strength, power and moderation. This is an incredibly powerful animal, and yet this is balanced with calm and restraint. You know? So a powerful, strong animal, which is also able to be calm and to have restraint. I rather honour is the word I want to put. I want to honour the fact that this lady, whoever she is, Stacey Demarco, she's not just created a divine animal oracle deck, which is great. The artwork's lovely. She's bringing in different gods and religious persuasions and beliefs. She's talking about the animal and, you know, what they stand for. She's written it, she's produced it. The thing I really honour and I really love about this deck is that for every animal that she talks about, I'm going to get choked up here, she gives us a status update. So here we learn that the rhino is critically endangered. And again, we just want to shy away from that and not look at it a lot of the time. But the truth is that they are critically endangered. There are 5 species of them left in the world, and they're in the danger of becoming extinct. And they're in danger of becoming extinct because man is trading them for their horns. Poaching and illegal killing. So let's give that up to the light. Let's give that up to the light. Let's send a prayer out to the rhinos. It also says here that the rhino has very poor eyesight, but they have a wonderful sense of smell. So they've been gifted an extrasensory ability, but yet one of the senses isn't as good, which is quite interesting. Yeah, it says in the wild, adult rhinos have no natural predators other than man. When are we gonna sort ourselves out, guys? I know I'm talking to the converted here, but you know, there's a message that just came in on my YouTube channel. I'm just going to read this out because thank you for noticing, Kimmy Louise. I'm sure not lots of you noticed, but not many people have commented that in the video I did on the Schumann resonance, I said something along the lines of, when are we as a species going to realise that we are not the most important thing on this planet? And all of this fighting and aggro and argy-bargy, you know, that's going on at the moment, we think we're so important. What about the animals? What about the wildlife? What about the environment? Do you remember me saying it? So this comment came in today from Kim Louise, and she said, I love this message about the animals and that we are not the most important. Animals are our teachers. And we have so much to learn from the Atlantean spirits too. I talked about Atlantis in that video as well. That comment came in as I saw that card. So the rhinoceros is, I mean, rhinos also have a tough old skin, don't they? They have a tough skin. And sometimes we need to sometimes have a bit of that in life as well. Now I'm going to pull a card from this deck that you all loved, that I showed you a while back. Remember the Spirit, it's got a working title of the Spiritful Tarot. And you remember the deck, and we were all saying, oh my God, why can't she get it published? I don't want to say too much, but there's some planning going on behind the scenes, okay? I'm linked into her now, so we'll see what we can create. Let's pull a card from this though, and the reason I'm doing that is because it's got animals and one's just fallen out of the deck. Ace of Pentacles, bison. Look at that, isn't that interesting? I mean, these are big. Is wildebeest, no, is wildebeest another animal? Let me just see, what is a wildebeest? I mean, I'm just thinking these animals that I'm tuning into today, these are like the big beasts. What is a wildebeest? Wildebeest. Okay, wildebeest is another animal. Okay. I mean, we don't have wildebeests roaming around where I live, so oh. Okay. Where do they come from then? Those of you that have them in your neck of the world, you're all shouting at me. I don't know. I've never seen a wildebeest. Tell you what, Google's great, isn't it? We should actually appreciate sometimes what we do have. There's so much criticism a lot of the time about the internet and censorship, and you know, that's a real thing. I'm not saying it's not, but it gives a lot as well. You know, at the tap of your finger, a tap of our fingers, we can find out anything. So it says wildebeest typically inhabit southeastern Africa. Okay, I don't know why, but I'm bringing the wildebeest in as well. The wildebeest, the bison, and the rhinoceros. My God, you meet those three. This is like, oh, you know, I was just saying about the big guns coming in terms of people like Wayne Dyer and Tesla. This is the big guns of the, sorry to use the word guns, I just can't think of another word to describe them. Power, you know, the whole deck is about power animals, but these are big, what's the word, guys? They mean business. If you run across a bison, a rhino, and a wildebeest, are you going to take notice? I think so. I think so. You know, I think so. The animals mean business. The animals mean business. Ace of Pentacles, a new vision, a new offer, a new opportunity. Are we going to do life in a different way? Are we going to include them or are we not? I'm hearing we don't have a choice. We do not have a choice, guys. The future of this planet. Okay, I'm hearing it's not up for negotiation. It's not up for negotiation. We have to co-create a new reality that includes the animals. It's not up for negotiation. It never actually was, I'm hearing. It's just that we as a species abused the contract we were given. Knight of Cups and the Fool. There's the Fool, a new journey, a new beginning. Four of Wands, vision. Vision, new future, horizon, new journey. Knight of Cups, I'm offering something new. I'm offering a new way. This is man offering a new way. There is a deck, I think it's a artisan deck. It's not a mainstream deck that you can get on Amazon, and I don't have it in my possession. I think they're doing another print run of it. So I think maybe you can pre-order it. I want to get it. I can't even remember what it's called, but very much like this one features the animals as the most dominant thing. The human beings in this deck are secondary. They're second. That's my interpretation. I don't know whether the artist would agree with me, but I mean, I'm probably going to be writing the words to go with this deck. So to me, the humans are secondary. It's all about the animals. This other deck that I want to get my hands on has got trees as the most. It's only got trees in it. So all of the cards, whether it be the Four of Wands. Oh God, look at that. I was going to say, even if it's the Four of Wands, all you'll see is trees. Look at that. All you see is trees. Okay, well, this deck is in sync with the other one. How funny is that? How funny is that? Okay. The point I'm making is that we have put ourselves into the most important, prominent place in our world. So, of course, you know, we feature in all the art and the decks and everything else. We all do it. We're all guilty of it. But these decks that I've got my hand on, this one I'm going to be involved in here, which is about the animals, and this other one that I want to buy, which has just got trees, hasn't got a human being on any of the cards. No human beings anywhere. It's because the trees want to speak. The animals want to speak. And you know, I'm smiling at you because there's a part of me which is thinking, my God, can you hear yourself, Amanda? Because, I mean, my daughter downstairs, my 14-year-old, who's my little crystal kid, who's completely into all of this, the animals, the environment, everything, she would say to me, Mum, you've still got a hell of a lot to learn, you know? You still do this, you still do that, you know, your environmental credentials aren't always great, you know, there's areas where you can be kinder to animals, etc. By that, I just mean that I still eat white meat, okay? I'm not that I'm abusing animals. Well, again, let's not get into that. I'm just saying I'm a work in progress like many people. But yeah, I'm bringing through this message about the environment and the animals. And again, it's the same thing what I was talking about earlier. Maybe it has more power coming from somebody who is just honest with where they are, basically. And the fact that I'm as guilty as everybody else in terms of thinking that man has been the most, you know, the one that I've given all the attention to in terms of my 50 years on this planet. You know, it's been about man and what man does, and what about the bloody animals? What about the environment? You know, this is the time that it's non-negotiable. We're at a nexus point. And yes, I can feel my ancestor with me as I'm talking. Gertrude, the lady who, remember I read all those poems to you about animals? Oh yeah, it's all there. Okay. Can I also just say something? Because I know, because I've shown these cards, people are going to be like, when can we buy them? When can we buy them? When are they going to be ready? I'm not being rude, but I just know that's what happens. The emails come in, the messages. I know it's enthusiasm and it's lovely. But can I also say that's a man thing? That's a man-made, that's a man emotion. It's a man energy. Can I have it now? When's it available? You know, can I sign up now? Can I pre-order? No, because this is organic. This has got a life. This is something that needs to run with the cycles of nature, I'm hearing, okay? Which also links into me being part of the cycle of nature, and the artist being the cycle of nature, and working with the seasons. And it will be born very much like a pregnancy when it's meant to be born. I'm feeling that very much for my Christ deck as well. And, you know, I got a little bit stressed a few weeks ago because, I mean, Jane, bless her heart, has already produced, I don't know, 5 or 6 amazing paintings. We haven't put them up yet because there isn't a rush, actually. And I'm way behind. I haven't started writing any of it yet, because in my mind it's got to be ready for a certain time, and, you know, publisher needs this and that. And I thought, no, this is going to go, this is going to grow organically, and it's going to arrive at the time it's meant to arrive, because I'm going against that man-made emotion that I have within me just as much as you do, which is like, I want it now, I want it tomorrow. Well, it will be tomorrow. You know what I'm saying. Right. Let's just pull one other animal from this deck. Beautiful deck. Love the way it's made. Any work of art is worth working for and worth waiting for. Worth working and waiting for. And I'm seeing Michelangelo in my mind now. Oh my God, he's going to probably want to come through as well. He's shown me the Sistine Chapel. We all have a Sistine Chapel within us. We all have a work of art. We all have a book. We all have a piece of artwork. We all have a project, a business, a child that we're nurturing, whatever. And it takes time for something beautiful to be born. It's man that wants to rush it and commodify it. Imagine if Michelangelo, when he was painting, he had somebody on his back sort of saying, are you finished yet? You know, can't you just cut corners a bit and just, you know, come on, you don't need to stand back and look at it and just see what else needs to be done to it. It's ready, it's good enough. No. And do you know why? Because Michelangelo had that godlike energy within him, where he knew that effectively he was channeling God, he was working for God, and God has all the time in the world. Something in that, isn't there? I mean, look at an animal. I mean, look at my Bella downstairs. I mean, she doesn't have all the time in the world because dogs don't have a long lifespan, bless them. But, you know, I mean, yes, they go through life and they enjoy their life, but she's asleep a lot of the time. She's down there without a care in the world now, stretching out in the sun, you know. Time to her. She's not watching, well, she watches the clock for her food, but you know what I'm trying to say. Okay, final card. Oh, sorry, there's 2 that flew out there. The tiger and the bull. I mean, yeah, come on. What did we have? Rhinoceros, wildebeest, bison, and now we've got bull. These are grounded animals. I mean, you know, again, let's just add the bull to the mix, shall we? Bull, rhinoceros, wildebeest, and bison. I'm hearing we're going nowhere. And what I mean by that is that we're not going anywhere until we've completed our soul contract, including the rhinoceros. And yes, it's hunted and man hunts it. And it's easy to say, and on one level of being, it's complete truth that man is hunting it to extinction. On one level of reality, that is absolute fact. What I'm hearing is the rhinoceros is saying, only because we allow it. Only because we allow it, because they are gods in a body like you and I are, and they have an oversoul contract, like a group oversoul contract, as well as an individual contract. They are our teachers. They're trying to teach us something, and if they were to become extinct, and I hope to God they're not, they don't, but if they were, it'd be to teach us a bloody lesson. And would we then wake up? Would we? Would we? I don't know. We've done it before to other species. But they're in control. Believe it or not, at a high level, they're in control of this. I've channeled this before. The tiger is coming through as the fastest animal we've got here. I don't know how quickly bulls run. I don't think they run that fast, do they? I mean, probably if I was wearing a red shirt, I wouldn't want to risk it. But rhinoceros, bison, I don't know. Well, they do talk about a stampede, don't they? But anyway, tiger. Tiger just feels as though it's one that's come through with a slightly different energy. I'm going to read the energy of the tiger. Let's see why we've got that one. 34. There's another goddess there in the back of that. I can see we've got two Hindu goddesses. We had this Akkanee, god of fire, Hindu god of fire, and now we've got the Hindu Goddess Durga. She's an embodiment of the powerful feminine energy of Shakti, and she wields it mightily to make the way clear. She protects the natural order of nature and the nature of the self. She rides her tiger to preserve the will we have towards what good we can do and towards subduing the negative parts of our will that we wish to place upon others. She has 8 arms, and she swings her 8 arms and destroys what is evil. Not only does Durga grab the tiger by the tail, she rides it. Okay. Well, we've got 2 animals here, both the rhinoceros and the tiger, and both the god Akkanee and the goddess Durga, who are linked into clearing the way. Do you know how many tigers are left in the world? This tells me. Have a guess. How many tigers do you think are left in the world? 4,000. It's not that many. How many human beings are left in the world? Exactly. Tiger magic is wild and mysterious. It's the energy we can use to counter jealousy, threat and rage. It's highly protective and helps us to find a more resourceful way to deal with difficult situations and people. Tiger magic is feminine, and women can use it to help them gain confidence and to find their healthy fierceness. Okay, so it's finding a more resourceful way to deal with conflict in the same way that the rhinoceros is asking us to find a middle way. Interesting messages, aren't they? I'll leave it there because we're at 37 minutes and I thought I was only coming on for about 10. So, yeah, much love. Those of you that I'm seeing tomorrow night on Zoom, I'm really looking forward to it. 7 p.m. UK time or 7:30. It's in the details. Let me just have a quick look. Well, Jackie's in charge of sending out all the links. You'll receive a link when you've paid, which will take you to it. Her email, if there are any problems, are in the description box. I've tagged it. It's the lead post on my Facebook page. Tickets are £11 each, and yeah, all of my proceeds are going to Julian Lennon's White Feather Foundation. And in fact, the White Feather Foundation, because I tagged them on Instagram, I got a message from them saying thank you so much. So that's really lovely. I also saw that let's not go there. The White Feather Foundation sell merchandise to raise funds for all of their humanitarian and environmental work. I think, for example, they've got a candle you can buy. I mean, to be honest, my team are up to their eyes with work, so whether we've got any resource to be able to do it or not, I don't know, but I am thinking maybe I could step forward and just say, would you like us to create something? Because I have got a large platform, I've got a lot of people that follow me, and I'm just getting a really good feeling about their work and their charitable work, and I'd like to put my energy into something like that. Just feel like we could make a difference. Okay, much love. See you all soon. Have a good day. Have a good week. And those of you that I'm seeing tomorrow night, I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, we're going to have some fun, and we're also going to we're going to link into Freddie, and I don't know what sort of questions you're going to have for me. Jackie's also got some questions as well, of course. There probably are still some tickets available, but I think most have probably gone. I don't know. Anyway, see you all soon. Lots of love. Bye.